Hello, Leos, and welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower. Wow, here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Here comes the sun. And it has been kicking off. We've had two X flares in the last 2 days. The first one that was really on the limb, that's the second one there that you can see going on there. And that's the same sunspot that kicked off the first X flare. And it is gradually turning in the direction of the sun, of the earth. So I think there is a third one to come. And I think that will be mainly earth directed. And that will change the elements or the vibrations in the energies that are around us, and it will be playing on different sort of elements within the latter stages of next week. So we will be going into that a little bit later on of how it affects the your astroflower and your astroflower reading, and the petals within your flower. But without further ado, let's start off with just getting some messages from the astroflower. Here we brought it just back up here. This is the overall energies that are blowing through you. It seems to be here that you're starting on a plan for your relationship side. You're dealing with the fundamentals of something, and it could be, say, like moving in with someone, asking someone out. It could be taking a position within your family, within your friends, within your community. It's all about sort of fundamentals, sort of more sort of it's playing more towards the karmic path and the connection to the outside world more than anything else. There is a big goal in mind as well, which you're working towards. But the thing is, there's also a part of your attention that has been pulled off to your financial side, and this is about your future. And I've got a funny feeling that this future plan within your financial side is geared into what you're trying to put into place on your relationship side. So it may be a case that I need to move in with someone, therefore I'm going to need some more money coming in my life in the next few months. So it may be looking for a new job or getting a new job or pushing your business onto the next level and so forth. It seems to be interconnected in some way or another. Yeah, look at that. You get the Queen of Wands totally up for your energy here, and it's flowing through you, getting on, working on a lot of different things. And you can see at her base here, she's got lots of little tea lights, as it were, and then she's holding one in particular as if to sort of say, yee. And this is where it's, I think you're bringing it all into, so you're synthesizing it and getting a real synergy going on between what's going on in your relationship side and your financial side. And it's making the magical side of life come to life. And you seem to be a little bit the driving force behind that magical aspect of life around you. So it's creating situations that sort of happen by themselves, almost by magic. And that's what I feel like. If you can really push it, let's just see what's going on your karmic path here. There seems to be a case here, and it may be a case for some of you that you're looking for a relationship, or it could be for some of you wanting to confirm that relationship. And because I see sort of rings and fingers and that sort of thing, so it could be sort of marriage and so forth, on that sort of thing. And it seems like on your karmic path that this is the way forward for you more than anything else. So it's getting engaged with someone, or asking someone out, or really sort of encountering the world that, or life that is around you, and heading towards a future which you seem to be constructing. On your connection to the universe, or the connection to the synchronicities and the coincidences, here is a case of there's a good deal of quality coming into your life, and I think it's because you've got this week here you should have a good clear idea of what you want out of the way of relationships. In the past, it fizzles off. I think it's something that may have been sort of like, I think it's long-term past as well. It's almost as if like you're sort of saying to yourself, in this relationship, I'm not going to allow it to go south like that last one. That's the sort of feeling I get from it, and it's the wanting to have success and outcome, and the outcome here is all to do with, I think it's houses moving, connecting with another person in a very. It may be a case that you start having a relationship with someone, so you end up spending a lot of time around their place, and so forth. But whatever it is, it's a direction. There's a direction to build something together. So what's the lesson that comes out of this week here? You know your past. Don't worry about it. Don't if you worry about your past. This is the sort of thing that comes out of it. If you worry about your past, there's a greater chance that it could go south, that it could go wrong. And if you just be yourself and encourage the enjoyment in your life, that's when you're going to get the best out of it. 3 of Swords on your karmic path there. Poor. I think that's tied into that. I think there's it may be a case here, and it may be for some of you, that a relationship is coming to an end because another one is blossoming within your life. That may well be the case, and it could be quite difficult. And here it's on your karmic path. It's almost as if you have to go through this in order to get out the other side. And that's where it's had some things going on in the past, sort of thing. In your connection to the universe and the synchronicities that are around you, yeah, there's a lot of streamlining going on. We get the 4 of Cups here. You're trying to build a sort of situation that is much more in line with you rather than it has been in the past. And it feels like you've tried everything with the past and it doesn't really work. And you're moving on to something a lot better. So moving on for something a lot better. And your past self, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there is it could well be that you've been on a mission in the recent past or meeting someone which is allowing you to get over this difficult situation that you might have had in the past, and it may well be in your present at the moment to streamline things and get moving forward. But this, Knight of Wands is protecting you because you're working towards your future. And I think in your past is there seems to be it's a bit of a yin yang situation. So you have a bit of negativity connected to it, but you have a great deal of positivity connected to it. It's like something that you've been working on, trying to get things out and sorted. And this is where your passions can come into play. And I would play to them rather than the disappointment or the difficulties that you may have come across in the past. Okay, in your future self, you get the Queen of Swords. This is you taking a direction, and you taking your direction. And it feels very right for you. I think it's very clear for you in your mind's eye. Air energy, a lot of air and fire energy around here. There's only emotional water energy we got down here. But there's a lot of air and fire playing through you at the moment. And I think here is like, if you can see on this card here, she's got her heart in a sort of cage at the bottom there. Because she's taking a pathway, she's not allowing herself to get emotionally, she's not putting out her emotions out there. It's being very practical. And that's what I saw in there about a house and stuff like that. It could be a case of, not getting emotionally involved in the separation that you need to go through in order to be with the person that you really want to be with. That could well be for some of you. I don't think it's for a lot of you. I think it's for some of you as well. It's a case of you've got to deal with this heartache of the past so you can release that sort of mission that you want to go into your future by taking that direction that you want to be taking. And it's a real transition. And we've been talking about that in the energies, about the energy being in a real sort of transitional sort of mode. And at the top, you get the 5 of Swords. Yeah, don't allow, your past disappointments be a point of conflict from within you. And I wouldn't get involved in conflictual situations that are not going to serve you anything. And I think that ties into that really. And it's like, if you are going through a separation at the moment, And if it is difficulty, just and I know it's difficult. You know, I've been through it. I think everybody's been through it. Try not to get bogged down in petty little conflicts, because it's gonna slow you down and not allow you to progress as much as you want to be progressing. So I'd be very, very attentive to that. Let's see what's going on your financial side. We've got the karmic path here. Your karmic path is raising to the challenge. That's what it seems to be for me more than anything else. That's what seems to come out of it for me. And there seems to be a connection that it's either getting a job through seeing an advert, or through hearsay, or through talking to a friend, or a colleague, and they sort of talk about a company that's hiring, or that sort of thing. Or there seems to be you know a position where it really it's I think it's a stimulating role, mentally stimulating role, so it really engages you. But it's now a case of kind of going, okay, well, if I'm going to go for this, I'm just going to make sure that the money's right for me as well. In the past, plays into that, into the Queen of Wands. You might have been trying to do a multitude of different things in the past, and everything came off okay, but not one thing really came off amazingly. And maybe that's where there's a lot of streamlining of that, getting it into one sort of direction. And in your future, there seems to be a pen here. I don't know whether either you're penning things, say like you're writing things, communicating things. It could be a case of doing flyers, blurbs, posts on the social media and that sort of thing. Real communicating about something, and it could be about a job that a business that you're dealing with, or you're doing at the moment. And it's in your future. It's a case of communication. It could be a case of also applying for certain jobs and so forth. But it's giving you a direction out of all of this. What's the lessons that come out of this here? Be clear about what you need. So if let's say like you take on a house, you start renting a house, and you sort of say, okay, it costs me $1,000 a month, or whatever it is. I'm not sure the house prices in the US or in the UK or stuff like that, but you've got to rent a place for 1,000, and it's not just going to cost you 1,000. You've also got the electricity, water bills, and everything like that. You've got your local taxes, if you've got local taxes to pay and stuff like that for living places. You've got to take everything into account, so you're absolutely clear when you go into a job. Although it may be incredibly stimulating to you, it's also got to be able to provide for you as well. So on your karmic path, yeah, as I said, I think your karmic path is loaded and ready to rock and roll. Yes, it's all about going on a mission, and so there is a lot of mission. As I say, there's a mission that seems to be coming through like that with you at the moment. It seems to be driven by your relationship side. And it's your karmic path to go on a mission. You're creating an opportunity for your future. On your connection to the universe, you get the Four of Swords. Yeah, strange. Now we've got the 3, 4, 5 of Swords. It seems to be that connected that way. I think where you're sort of like looking out for jobs, business opportunities, project opportunities, and so forth within your life around you, just sort of glimpsing sort of the opportunities as sort of like hearing about a job or hearing about a business opportunity through coincidence makes you feel a lot more secure about going off on that mission, because you need to be secure. You need to be reassured. That's the word I'm looking for. Reassured about how this could play out and pan out for you in your past, your future. Yeah, I think you were doing a lot of different things, and it was really driven by your heart, really beautifully. And maybe it's a case here that you're streamlining two or three things that you might have been doing, to focus on one thing. That's what it could well be, from your past. So you could have had a job and you were running a sideline business, and actually that sideline business could probably earn you more money if you concentrated on it full time. That's the thing. And I think it's maybe built out of a decision here that's a connection to the outside world, to synchronicities and coincidences, meeting someone, hearing about a job, seeing the advert for a job or a business and so forth, is making that decision for you to streamline things so you can really go after your heart's desire. And in your future self, you get the Four of Wands. It's a marriage card, and that could well be it. But also at the same time, the Four of Wands is the coming together of two sets of Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is about your plan for the future. And you're bringing it into alignment with another person. So you've got two plans that are coming together in a celebration. Excuse me. And I think this is where, down at the base here, I think this is becoming a lot clearer for you, as you're going on into your life, and it's converting the emotional desire to go forth and go on that mission into something that's a little bit more sort of concrete, a little bit more that's in line with yourself. Okay? And the lesson that comes out of this week here is seven of wands. So really being involved in it, being engaged in your future, knowing exactly what you want. And that's what the Seven of Wands does. It builds up a lot of confidence within you. And I think this is also helping to move things along within your relationship side of life enormously. So let's just have a look at see how the elements are going to be playing into this according to what the vibrations are coming through at the moment. If you haven't seen the energy update, please do go and have a look. I think you'll find it incredibly informative of what's happening with the elements at the moment. So let's, without further ado, let's just go on and bring up the sun. So here we have the sun, and in the energy updates, we were talking a lot about these coronal holes and these filament energies. Now, coronal holes, which you can see in these dark patches, oh, it's just moved away. There's a dark patch there, and there's another one there. And you can also see the one up there. These dark patches that are earth energies, and they affect us in a way of, getting things done, building things, creating things, physically doing things, engaging ideas in a very physical manner. But we do have these filament energies, which are all over the place at the moment. They're getting gradually squeezed out by this new vibration that's coming through here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But, that's that sort of water energy. And it's all to do with communication, I think, more than anything else, which we saw at your top there with the pen and so forth, and communicating through sort of social media and so forth. So it's all about the earth and water, really. But there is the air in the system that we've been talking about in the energy update. So it really, we're looking for air, water, earth combinations. And the eruptions that have been happening on the sun this week have been sending out X flares. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that sorted. Sending out X flares. Here's the first of the X flares that we can see here that's going off on the sun here. But it wasn't actually going to be hitting the earth. It's going to be missing the earth. And as it goes past the earth, you've got one magnetic field of the sun, of the earth. And as the wind the solar energy or the prana energy or the chi energy comes past the earth, it creates that static electricity between the two. I don't think it's a direct hit, and we're going to be going into that into a major update later on. But there has been other eruptions that have been coming off, and there was another X flare which we saw at the beginning of the reading, and that X flare is getting a little bit closer to being earth directed. I'm not sure it's going to be interfering a lot with the earth's energy, but I don't think we've seen the last of this sunspot here, and I think that's still got a story to tell in the next couple of days. and that's where it's going to change the elements within your Astroflower over the coming week. Okay, so let's just have a quick squiz at your flower and have a look at where the areas we will be looking at. Now, there's two particular things that I'm quite interested in. First things first, you've got this hang on a second. You've got this cardinal water that comes in from Cancer. That cardinal water that comes in from Cancer, and it gets transformed into Earth within your sign. And it also meets with this cardinal air coming in from Libra. And it's this section here, I think, which is going to be the most telling here on your story. And certainly with the Three of Swords and how you convert these Three of Swords through the emotions, through your passionate for life within you, and how you convert it into results on your financial side, which give you the opportunity to move on from a relationship that might have been quite difficult. So I actually be interested to see on this connection here, the karmic path that's ready to rock and roll on your financial side. It is a bit mutable, so there is things still to be sorted out and organized, but there is a definite emotional driven direction for all of that sort of thing. So let's just bring those cards back up for you. Let's just bring them back up here. So the main messages we want to get is this crossing point, which is just up there. This section here that's coming in from the prana energies. And yes, I do believe there's this air energy is going to be playing a lot upon it. And the secondary part is that water to earth scenario that's going on. First things first that come in, and this is, I think, comes in from the air. You get the strength card, very much you, basically. You've got to be strong and true to that, to the pathway that you have chosen to go down. And I think the energy is encouraging that and backing you up within that sort of energy. And it will do a change of Wheel of Fortune. As I said, I think this is going to affect majorly what's going on with this Four of Wands up on this side. How you deal with your emotional situation, your relationships at the moment is going to affect your financial direction, your financial career. And you get the Page of Cups. Good to dream. I think what is with the Page of Cups here, with the change of fortunes, if you stay true to yourself and you take that direction, all of a sudden what seemed to be impossible in the past will certainly become possible. And the energy is making that well known within your life and within your relationship side. On your financial side, you get the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, getting on and doing. I think this is going off on that mission there. This is where we're looking at the energies, the crossing point here, where we get the earth, the mutable earth that comes through from Virgo, and that mutable air that comes in from Sagittarius. And it does convert into a bit of fire there, but the Eight of Pentacles here, what it's bringing into you is very good, consistent work. I think it's opening up solid doors for you, opportunities. And the moment you've engaged on your relationship side, all of a sudden things are going to really start moving on your financial side and open up that great opportunity with the Four of Wands. What is that sort of great opportunity? It's something new, a death and rebirth. I think this is a really good card. I think this ties into the Ace of Cups. And this Ace of Cups here is, as I said, I think it's a little bit about streamlining things that you had in the past in order to sort of go off on a brand new mission and create an opportunity for you out of the energies that are flowing through you, but based upon some decisions that you would need to have done from within your past. So there you go, Leo. Thanking you very much for being here. Hope you get the best out of these readings. I will be doing another energy update, which you'll be able to see on this channel about the vibrations that are coming through. I think it's going to be a much more informative about the different types of vibrations and what it will mean to you. I will see you there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.